Hey you, it's Jess here, and it's so nice to see you. Today we're going to be doing a little journaling in my Infinity Nikki game journal. I have playlists on my channel if you want to check out more of my Infinity Nikki journal. It is a video game, a Chinese gacha dress-up open-world adventure game. So if you want more information about that, there's definitely plenty about Nikki everywhere, but this is my second journal. I'm using an Archer and Olive storybook design, this really blue one, pretty blue one. I do have the entirety of this one already completed, and you can see a flip through of this on my channel as well. So if you look at my Infinity Nikki journal stuff, there's a flip through of my first one. This was the first year of the game, 1.0 through 1.11, and we've started working on the 2.0 journal, and it's already quite chubby. I'm definitely gonna have to dial it back how much I'm putting in. It's because in my 1.0 journal I started it like pretty late into playing the game, whereas this one I've been doing obviously from the beginning, so I have a lot more pages to do with like the main story of the game, whereas my previous journal has like no main story in it. But I'll quickly do a little flip before we get into, we're probably gonna just do a little bit of decorating for one of the patches. I'm very behind. We're currently in the middle of 2.5 and we are going to be decorating, is this 2. I think we're going to be decorating 2.1. I think it's 2.1 that we're decorating. So it's that, and then if this is 2.2, and then that's 2.3, 2.4, something like that. I don't know, maybe 2.2 is what we're decorating. I can't remember right now. I'm really behind in this journal. But if you could go and see me, there's also a video of me setting all of this up. We have some sort of tracking pages at the beginning here for our long-term goals in the video game. We're working on making like finishing up these stylish outfits that we've been getting. I just put these in here when I've finished crafting these outfits. Same with these Momo cloaks. When I craft them, I put them in. This is a bunch of like items I need to craft. I've been tracking my mirror journey cloaks here. I need to take some pictures of my ability outfits. I finished up these outfits from Ian the Cadence Spawn, but he just got a new outfit. So I'm probably going to do a new page where it's just a single page for Ian. And then I did finish up the Miracle outfit, but we got a new Legendary outfit, which is very similar, so I'd have to do that page later as well. We got a faction battle, so we got a new set of factions to do as well, so I'll probably do another page of this later on. And then this is how 2.0 came out. So this is sort of like the idea of how I'm doing this. And I did that setup, I think I finished it all the way through here with you guys last. I ended up doing the rest of 2.0 by myself, just because I'm so behind. So I did the pages for Nikki's birthday. So 2.0 came out at the same time as Nikki's birthday, which is December 6th. And we got a whole bunch of quests and things that went with it. So I did want to put that into the journal. And I paired it with some Scribble Prints Co stickers, as well as like the Rococo birthday sticker set. I thought that would turn out really cute. So we just have, she had some quests with some older friends, just some really cute things. Had a birthday party at her home, which was really sweet. Again, just decorating with these SPC stickers. There was like 6 days of quests. So we also got a new birthday outfit for free in the game, which I love. And then we got this really cool group picture at the end, which I had to save and put really big across here with all of our friends a lot of friends from Wishfield and from Itzaland. And I just had I was like, I really want to use the birthday candles and these balloon letters and just put happy birthday for Nikki. I think it turned out really cute. And I do love the picture overall. Then I did decorate some more of my 2.0 like side quest stuff. Sorry, there's a truck driving past. You know, we rode some behemoths, and I really love this picture I took with the water behemoth. I was just like doing a heart pose with it. These behemoths do like attack you, but you can like groom them and they become your friend. And then just some shroomlings in the world and finding this, like, the chest up in the nest. Just some different side quest stuff. Don't want to do too many spoilers, but this is a very, very beautiful, sad, well done side quest in 2.0, and you'll just find in the world, which has this shroomling Bovava, and it was so sweet, so sad. I'm so sad. My screenshot of this scene, the cinematic, where they're sitting on the dock, so many people I saw had pictures of it in beautiful sunset, but it was raining in my game, so I don't have a beautiful sunset picture of this moment with Bovava, but it was very, very bittersweet, sad, beautiful. They just do those kind of stories so well in the game. But I don't want to spoil it for anyone in case you're going to play. Then I just have some more pictures around the world, like these cute snails that I was healing, and we've got the really, really big shroomling dude having a moment just to sit and reflect. This is me cheating on the there's the jump rope game, and I think the achievement is to do 50 jumps, and I just did my hover move from one of my ability outfits, and it totally like let me cheat the whole thing. So I wanted to screenshot myself cheating on this achievement. Then we just got some. I like to put in some of their graphics from social media because I think they make some really cute graphics. I did pull on this 4-star outfit, so I did a little page for that with some strawberry stickers from SPC. And then they did post this graphic for the new year, 2026. So I did want to post this here because I like how it kind of keeps track of time in the game. And then right at the end of the patch, I finally decided, you know what, I am going to pull. So if you saw the beginning one, I pulled on this 5-star banner. There was 2 5-star outfits at the time, and I did this one first because hello. And then I finally caved and pulled on the second 5-star, which I'm so happy about because I really do love this outfit, and this has like a fighting ability, and it's so good. It's made the game so much more enjoyable for me. So I'm really glad I last minute pulled for Born Flawless, so I did a page for that as well, because I like to keep track of like the banners that I pull on. And then I just have a little page where we got a bunch of sneaks for, I guess 2.1. So that is what we're going to do today, 2.1. Here it is. Silly. See how far behind I am? We're in the middle of 2.5, which is another main story patch. So that's going to be a big thing, like a big part of the journal. So I need to get my move on here. But this is some sneak peek social media images. They're just too cute not to put in. I just love them. And then we're starting with 2.1. So just at the opening thing here, we have my shops page. We have some of the quest, which I think is permanent because the behemoth raising game is permanent. So I'm pretty sure the quest is permanent. So if you don't want to spoil yourself, granted, I'm not going to talk too much out loud, but it was just another sad, beautiful, sweet story, beautiful music. Then we have the behemoth raising game where you had to raise these behemoths to adulthood from babies. And it was really fun. I raised 1, 2, 3, 4 of them in the end because that's what you needed for like, you only really need to raise 4 to get all of the rewards. You can raise like 65, I think. But I just did raise 4 to have fun. And then here I was just playing with the outfit and some pictures here from a side quest. So not too much to do for 2.1. I don't think we're going to get into the next 2.2 there. 2.2 was a big update because we had a whole new island, like a whole world map called the Wangshang Realm. And that was a Chinese New Year update. So I do have all of my pictures in here. This was a big update because, you know, it's Chinese New Year, it's a Chinese game. So they put a lot of, you know, we got a hot pot game, we got Mahjong. And then I haven't started on 2.3. So I have to do 2.3, 2.4, 2.5 very soon. But anyway, what I do is I print everything. I put all my images into Canva to make sure they fit on the page. I just have some templates with the page file size on there, so you can see how big everything is. That I printed out onto removable matte sticker paper. So even though they're already stuck in, I can lift these up and move them if I want. And I just cut them all out by hand, and then I just stick them in right away in how I want to put them in, because it's just so much easier when decorating later. So some stuff I want to use for decorating with this is I pulled out a bunch of Simply Gilded that I've been using for 2.0. Lots of like really pretty. She brought out a bunch of mushrooms and things just in time for this game update. But I also have these Notebook Therapy Suki stuff, which was from the Lucky Myth. This was a mystery lucky bag, so I'm afraid you can't get these now unless you buy them secondhand. But I actually thought this like really beautiful like nighttime forest would be perfect for this theme, because that's really what the whole update was about. So I thought that'd be perfect. I have some leftover stickers from that as well as a PET tape that has parts too. So I thought I'd bring those in. And then I do have my sticker books from AliExpress and also Amazon. I will try and link everything down below. And I thought these pages would be good as well. I just love using these in this journal. They add a lot to it. So with all that said, let's start decorating this up. I think I really do want to put this like washi at the bottom. It does have a backing, so which makes it a little annoying. We'll just cut some off there, and then maybe we can do another. Do we have room to put some up here? We don't have as much room on the top, but maybe we can just squeeze it in at the top. I really don't want to pick up this really big sticker right now, so we'll do what we can. So I'm just going to get this backing off the straight edge, and we'll work from it from there. Let me put the manual focus on just so it doesn't go in and out of blurriness. Maybe we'll do the overlap as well, so both top and bottom is not too different. So just put that in there. We are going on an angle here, so I'm going to correct that a little bit because I didn't cut perfectly straight. So that is alright. Just gonna put this through here. But yes, this update gave us more information. I have a picture of him when I was going around the world. So we have this beautiful legendary behemoth, an old behemoth lying in a certain part of the forest. And we didn't really know anything about him other than, he's like a random behemoth who's by himself. He's the only one that looks like the way he does, because some of them have different looks. And he was just in that forest, and you groomed him once every day just to get his like special resource material. So he was like a legendary animal, and we didn't know anything else about him. He was just kind of there. So this 2.1 update actually gave us a whole bunch of information about him, a whole quest around him, which was really, really lovely. So he's like he is an old behemoth at the end of his life, and we basically get to see the life cycle of behemoths. So he does leave us, which is it's a bit hard of a topic. So there was definitely I would say there was definitely a content warning if you were recently affected by pet death and things like that. Although I will say I feel like it was very cathartic. Like, I don't know, it felt really nice. And not like, it was sad, but it was beautiful, and sweet. So I'm just trying to think of what else I can put into here that I would like to put in terms of the stickers. I do like a little bit of text up there and these like butterflies. Maybe we could put down here this sort of window into the night kind of sticker. Have a look. What sort of these like little, because it was life as a poem, but it was, you're in the forest, and you had the animals there. Just some sweet stickers I want to put in. This looks pretty. I think I want to put in a little bit more. Maybe some of these from this page. A couple of these butterflies would be nice. Just like that. I think that's all we really need for the main page. I think the washi brings a lot in. and really settles a big dark image. This was the 5-star banner, which was really, really pretty, but I decided to skip on this patch to save my diamonds because, as you saw, I pulled on both 5 stars the previous patch, so you know, I do pay for some of this, like I do a monthly pass and things like that, but I don't spend too much money on this game. So I wanted to save some of my money for that. So this is the shop stuff, and then the beginning of the quest here. I did buy this beautiful butterfly makeup. We got this really cute free outfit here, and I had to get this like shopping Barbie outfit. And then this was the paid top-up outfit, which I did get because I did spend enough money on it. Now, once again, wait, did I want to bring in some marker? Because, you know, if you've been around, you know I love my marker borders. Do I want to do like a blue? I think the blue will match best with all these stickers, even though we do have a hint of green. I'm just going to put this blue border around. Just to, once again, I feel like it completes a page. It like brings it all in. I don't know, just adds a little bit more color and depth to there. So I'm going to do the same with the shop. I'm just going to stick with the same color palettes, even though we don't have all the same color images. I think that's okay. They kind of just stand out. But the thing is, like, not everything is the exact same color coordination through the patch. Obviously, like shop outfits, they do different things. So some of my spreads will never be perfect because of that. But I don't mind how they come out in the end. So I'll probably just use that one marker throughout the whole thing. Except I might bring green into the behemoth there. Alright, so we want to use a different washi here. I was thinking of using that Simply Gilded one instead down here. Just because it's a skinnier washi. And we can just overlay like bits of our images here. Just to add some decoration. I don't know, but I just like to keep a track of like maybe the outfits. Like this is a bought outfit. I spent diamonds, I think, on that. So it's just nice to know what I've been collecting through the game. What I've been getting from the shop, since a lot of it is using my paid currency. So I want to make sure I keep track of those things. So what could we do? We can do the same kind of deco. Maybe I'll use like this teacup. I don't know. Just some of the different deco pieces from these sheets. I just have to keep in mind like what I might want to keep for later pages. That's okay. I don't think we need to do too much to the shop's page, but maybe we have the start of the quest here where we came across this like hut in the area and we have this like magical book. I feel like the story of this patch is a little bit harder to explain because she keeps going into these sort of different times and learning different like learning different facts about life and death and how people deal with death and how you can understand death. It was a very deep patch, but I did enjoy it. I just feel like, how much do I want to put throughout here, you know? Maybe I'll put a little star there. Sort of, I don't know. There's not much to do for this page, I feel like. I could bring in another washi just to like add to it. We could bring some pink in because we have a lot of pink right there. This is a Simply Gilded washi that has like mushrooms and books and moths, which is kind of perfect because the 5-star in this patch had like moth wings, which is very cool. I feel like maybe next time I would, like the next time it runs, I might pull for it then, but I just felt like it was probably better for me to save my diamonds at the time. I'm just gonna leave it there. It's really hard to do the shop pages sometimes. But yeah, so then there was also this NPC who is a traveling bard, and she arrived in. We kind of went through the story with her, and sort of sending the behemoth off. But yeah, and I feel like they definitely brought a very probably more Eastern view in this of, you know, the view of reincarnation. Otherwise, I won't spoil too much for you unless you want to ask in the comments. But yeah, I wanted to put some of them because the bard obviously was singing a lot of different lyrics. So ending summer, silent lone, a season lost to view. If the ending's already set, would you write it all the same? And then just a moment here, like, why do things have to die? If no one ever died, then we could always be together. No sadness, no grief, we could just be happy forever. And of course, Nikki has to remind him that, you know, can you have true happiness without sadness? Not really, they go kind of hand in hand. And then you just have him saying, like, Nikki, which, poor little Momo, he was struggling with this, this story, our little Momo boy. But he made it through. We looked after him. And I just thought it was really, really sweet and sad. But, yeah. I just wanted to put some bits of those, I don't know, like some actual story text in there just to add to it. Some of the dialogue. I ended up screenshotting a bunch of it, and I didn't use most of it. But yeah. I'm going to put a bit of this tape in. Maybe just crush the bottom and the top over here. This is a lot more filled up, this page. So I think we can get a bit more of this. We don't have to have as much stickers and stuff in this page. Let's have a look at the PET. Maybe I like to have at least one big piece. So how about we do this while the moon phases over the forest and the house? Because it's kind of what's happening is that, you know, it's the phases of life. And I'll use some more bits and pieces from this PET tape. These bubbles. Perhaps the moon. And some sparkles. Some really pretty stuff here. I might put this little deer in. Obviously there's no deer in this story. This is a behemoth, but there are deer in the game. And then there are actually like specific walls that look over the behemoth, watch over them. Anything else I want to put in here? I feel like the behemoth kind of gives me unicorn vibes. So I'm going to put a little unicorn here. And then maybe we will put some stars about just in the other areas, just so we feel like it's a bit more balanced. Maybe I can do a cloud up here just to add to this part. And then maybe we have like put a little butterfly next to that star, so nothing's really like too alone. So we could put something here with this one, because we don't want any pieces too alone. Trying a smaller bubble here, but maybe I can just do a bigger bubble. So that is that page where we start. We get drawn into the forest and find the old behemoth there, and then they had a little baby behemoth that they've been looking after, which of course then we go and end up looking after them. So yes, Melotti was the bard, and she said, but if life never ended, how would we know the depth of our love for one another? So that's her responding to Momo there. And then she did a beautiful song story by the fire, which all of the music is up on like Spotify, YouTube, Apple. So I've definitely been enjoying reading those. And then we transform. And then you have this text here. When you look at it that way, death doesn't seem so scary anymore, because our lives, our loves, our thoughts, and even our civilization will live on after we pass away. Just so sweet. It's definitely like, you needed tissues for this update. Obviously you can see how this could be really hard if you've like recently lost someone or a pet. Definitely understand that, but I also feel like it's very cathartic, because you have these characters kind of going through these feelings with you. And, you know, just seeing the other side of it kind of thing. So I'm going to put this here. I think that's really beautiful. I also feel like, I don't know, this sort of art with the sort of dark forest. You get the fireflies, which the 5-star is kind of like a moth or firefly because she's got very glowy. She has these beautiful wings. And then you have the unicorn, but I feel like, as again, this behemoth gives me unicorn vibes. So I feel like this tape is kind of perfect. It's very melancholy for me. I feel like it's very dark and melancholy, which I love. Maybe I'll do a section of this tape here because I really love the way that section looks with the deer drinking out of the water. Just as a part of it up there because it is a wide tape, so it doesn't fit everywhere. These are little bees, but I wonder if they would work in here as well. We could just pretend they're fireflies instead of bees. That might be cute because they have the same sort of like dark color and sort of sparkle to them. So I might do this one. It's very, very thin, so we can have it in like a smaller sort of place. I feel like that still works. I think it's actually upside down. Let me turn them over, my little bees. But you're not bees, shh, you are fireflies. So all is well. Little fireflies. In you go. Like that goes nicely. A little bit of layering there. And then I kind of want maybe a piece of this in this one. Or we could do, I kind of want this bird flying with the stars because I feel like that also gives me the feelings of this. The only problem is we're on like a weird part of the booklet here, so there's a bit of an annoying bend there, but that's okay. Alright, we got some more of these like sparkles from this PET tape. I actually want to use a bit more of it. Since we have it, we got a butterfly, some more of these bigger sparkles. Well, this like moon phase, and more of the forest and stars. Just super sweet and pretty. Put that there. Do we need too much more in here? I have a couple more little blue clouds that we could put here and there. Maybe anchor a bit more of this washi. Alright, I think that page is good. I also apologize, my printing isn't the best here, but this is my old printer, which was dying. I had it for 7 years, been using it a lot for 7 years, and it was just, yeah, I was having to clean the head between every single print, between every single page, to be able to print anything well. So this was definitely not as good as my, I got a new printer and it prints so much better, so it's too bad I didn't get better printing on this update, but that's okay. It still did the job. I'm just going to put this straight up over the top because it really goes with this end here. Alright, and then what else do I want to do? I kind of almost want to use this one here, like the bird with the stars. I feel like it's kind of flying. And then maybe like the magical unicorn over here. Just add so much sweetness, I think. Then I have a bit more of this PET tape. Maybe bring a bit more of this flowers across here. Anything else from previous parts of it? Maybe, I kind of like this framed, kind of like a frame thing going on here, like framed stars falling. And then maybe up here we have time, because, time. Okay, and then we could put in a bit more of like maybe these bubbles, just to finish it off. Finish off the sweet sadness of this beautiful update. I really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people say like these are just, they call them just filler updates, and so they skip them because they don't, they just don't think it's important because it's not technically part of the main story. But I feel like these are, like most of the updates, they're not really filler, they're world and character building. So, you know, if you skip all this stuff, then you don't know anything about this creature that you go and groom every day in the world. I think that's kind of sad, but I don't know. We all play different ways and have different, you know, goals in the game. But for me, I like how a lot of the quests are really like, they're about the fantasy world of Mirrorland. And I get a lot of joy out of that. Show you once again, use a bit of this Simply Gilded washi here just to finish off. This is at the very end where we decide to help this little baby behemoth that is left. They got the little hat, we have like a cutscene and stuff. With opening a little behemoth raising area, so like a center for looking after baby behemoths. And we have a whole, like, you get a whole permanent mini game of raising them and to adulthood, and then depending on what you do with them and what buffs you give them, you get different like outcomes to behemoth, like what kind of behemoth they grow up to, like their personality and looks. And it's really cute, and you get, there's a whole bunch of options, and you release them into the wild in the end. But you can call and see them anytime you want. But I thought that was really sweet. The gameplay is a little repetitive for me, so that's why I only did it 4 times, but I think the behemoths are adorable. So that's where we get into this. We got raising my behemoths. So I started off, I ended up doing a Greek god names, I think Greek. I started with Artemis. Then I made Ares, Athena, and Aphrodite. Artemis, I think, ended up being intelligence. Ares used to end up being a strength behemoth. Athena was a wisdom behemoth, I believe. And Aphrodite was like a charming, that kind of like friendly, charismatic behemoth. I think that's what I remember that I did, and why I chose the names that I did. So you get them as tiny wee little babies, and you gotta bait them, and you gotta make them do toys, and you gotta like feed them. It's very wholesome. And then you get these really cute little, depending on the type of behemoth that you get at the end, they have like a different illustration for how they go out into the world and have their adult life. I believe there is a way that you can actually, like, if you just don't do anything with it, it becomes like a stunted behemoth, and you keep it in your center as a baby. But I just couldn't bring myself to do that. I was just like, no, I want to raise my baby. But yeah, so that is something you can do if you want. What do I want to use here for this? Because this is a slightly different feeling, I think, in terms of stickers. For raising our baby, I kind of like maybe one of these here, just to give us a bit more something going on. And then we could use this one. Maybe I'll use these mushrooms, because you get a bit more green on this page. Mushrooms. Yeah, so I didn't end up getting any of the special behemoths. I kind of just focused on like getting one of each kind of like the base personalities. So I don't have any of the special looking behemoths. They all kind of end up looking the same. But that is okay. These are my behemoths who came to return and spend, and I could see them at the end, which is very nice. Maybe I'll just use some of these fairy stickers on this, because I don't know, we're like being a little fairy to our babies. Maybe I want to put more washi in here just to like add to the sort of scrapbooky feel of these picture, like photos. Because if we taped a photo in, and a bit more of these like colors. Yeah, I guess you can see here, this was in January, so I am very, very behind on this. My planner and my journal, which could go in me, that's okay. We're doing the best we can out here. Maybe I'll put some books here. So pretty. Maybe some more butterflies and things. There's a lot on this PET roll. So you get a lot for your money from Notebook Therapy, I will say. So that's at least nice. But this was from a lucky bag, so yeah, it was a limited edition. Not the last lucky bag, but from the other year. I just haven't bought anymore. I thought the one was enough for now. I'm saving my pennies right now. I think I'm just gonna leave it there for those little babies. Unless I want to use any big butterflies. I've got some like bigger green stuff here. I don't know, just add a bit more of this green around. Okay, I think that's good enough. And then for these last pages, I did this little quest where we ended up drawing the quest. The quest that we did end up going on the front. It's kind of introducing, we have these like shroomlings in the world like this, and then you end up finding these little tiny blue shroomlings that live like in a nighttime forest. And we brought them to Spirit to the other shroomlings to like introduce them to each other, which I thought was cute. And then this was just a little photo shoot with a special outfit in the game. There is a clothing boutique in the game, and I'm going to do blue on this page and green on the other page, I think. But if you buy out all the items in the boutique, you can then buy this dress for a lot of money, like a lot of in-game free money. And I just thought the dress was so beautiful, so I had to pick it up. I'll just do blue across the top, because we do have the little blue shroomlings. So these are just some additional photos from side quests, and also sometimes it's nice to do an outfit photo shoot and include it into the journal. Once again, I kind of just want to use this big washi here, like even though it doesn't 100% match these ones, I feel like it's kind of the capstone of the, finishes off the whole patch and how we've decorated it, I feel like that's just too thick for me to put here. So the only problem with all of these washies came out really like thick. So I'm glad I brought in my Simply Gilded as well, just to give a bit more, make it a bit easier on myself. But I feel like it has turned out really prettily. It's always hard to know how to do these things. I'm just winging this journal, you guys. I'm out here trying my best. I might use this beautiful picture here, or maybe here. I feel like that really goes with the whole feel. And then maybe we'll do some more of these PET tapes, like this unicorn and a fairy on the mushroom. This is a bit more of a whimsical feeling outfit. And a lot of these stickers I think are perfect for that. We have the unicorn there, and how about we have another unicorn running down here. So pretty! And then I'll use a bit more of the sparkles. These go very well in color. These stickers from the set. Alright, I just want to do a bit more sparkles about. Maybe a yellow sparkle here and another little star there. Don't have to do too much on that page. And then again, we'll do the same here. I don't think we need too much on this page. Ugh. The, sorry. I feel like the allergies are coming in right now. We've had the door open because it's finally been, lovely weather, but I feel like all the dust and pollen is coming in. And I'm feeling it right now. I don't know. I'm just going to put this here. And I think we're good for that. And I think that is 2.1 all finished. So let's go back to the beginning. And you can see how I've done a previous one. So this is a sneak peek of the patch. Obviously about how we're going to look after. I also really wanted to include, like, these are her journal. Her journal looks pretty much cuter than mine. I do love that, but I want to include that. So we have the front page for Life is a Poem. I'll take the manual focus off. Life is a Poem. I didn't use any more of that, but maybe I should have. Well, it was on this sticker page. So I'm going to pull this off and I want to put some more text somewhere. Then we have the shop page in the beginning of the quest. Then we have, I don't know if I want to put it like, maybe on that final page. Then we have the quest that was ongoing. I'm trying to stick these to the bending page. Okay, I think I'm going to put this here. I think that's perfect. Just sort of adds, it says, in the moonlight shadows when a charwoman dances with the darkness. I feel like that verse perfectly with the end of this quest. And then we have the behemoth raising and my babies, and then just some playing around in the rest of the patch. So thank you so much for journaling with me. Let me know what you thought about me talking through the journaling rather than, although I feel like this next one, it's a lot of pages to do, but if you want me to talk through the whole journaling, let me know, rather than doing like fast forwarding it and doing a voiceover. Let me know if you've enjoyed this. Then maybe leave down below some butterfly, or there's a unicorn emoji, because I feel like we got a lot of unicorns across here, but butterflies and unicorns down below as emoji in the comment to let me know that you've enjoyed this. Otherwise, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I love you. Bye-bye.